The robot will answer anything, with the tone of a guy who definitely went to Harvard. And half the time, it's just guessing in a suit. That's the whole issue. People keep arguing about whether AI is smart. The real problem is it sounds sure. It doesn't sound like a tool. It sounds like a person who knows what they're talking about. And your brain is wired to relax when something sounds confident. So today, I am giving you a simple way to use it without letting it drive your life. No hype, no doom. Just how not to get played by a polite paragraph. Because the real shift isn't AI is here. The real shift is answers got cheap. Before this, even Google made you work. You had to click, filter, decide who's legit, compare sources, notice contradictions. You had to do some thinking. Now you ask a box, and it hands you an answer in 2 seconds. And that feels like progress. But it creates a new kind of stupidity. When answers get cheap, questions get lazy. When questions get lazy, judgment leaks. And then you start steering your life based on untested text. That is how you end up making real decisions off a sentence that was basically autocomplete with manners. Here is the first rule that fixes most of the nonsense. Do not treat the answer like a prize. Treat it like a suspect. If you read the output and think, wow, that was clean, you're already halfway trapped. Clean doesn't mean true. Clean means readable. Clean means it did a good job sounding like it knows. So every time you get an answer you're about to trust, put it on trial. Ask 3 questions. What is this assuming? What's missing? What would make this wrong? Those 3 questions keep your brain in the driver's seat. Because the robot will happily build a beautiful staircase to the wrong floor if your premise is off. It's not evil. It's obedient. Rule 2. Stop letting the tool guess what you mean. Most bad AI output isn't the AI being dumb. It's you being vague. You asked something compressed, half-baked, and emotionally loaded. So it filled in the blanks with imagination. It's not reading your mind. It's guessing your intent. So flip it. Make it ask you questions before it answers. Literally type, ask me 5 quick questions first, then answer. That one line turns the robot from confident intern into useful assistant. Because now it has to earn context instead of inventing it. And context is the difference between sounds helpful and actually applies to your life. Rule 3. Break cheerleader mode. The robot is a people pleaser. If you come in leaning toward a bad idea, it'll help you justify it like a lawyer who needs rent money. It'll say, that sounds like a great plan. Then build a clean argument for something that's secretly stupid. So force friction. Tell it, give me the strongest counter-argument. Then, what would make this a dumb decision? If it can't attack its own answer, it's fluff. If it can, now you've got something useful. Risks, trade-offs, blind spots. The kind that actually hurt. The kind you've been avoiding because they force a choice. Rule 4. Cap the output. If you let it run, it'll dump a novel on you. And scrolling feels productive while your judgment quietly clocks out. A wall of words isn't intelligence. It's sedation, so put it on a leash. 5 bullets. 1 paragraph. 3 options. Under 120 words. Short answers force you to evaluate quality. Long answers let you stop thinking and start consuming. Rule 5. Verify the hinge. You don't need to fact-check everything. You need to verify the one thing that flips the decision. If the answer changes your action, find a hinge point and verify that. Money? Verify the rate or the fee. Work. Verify the policy or the stakeholder. Health. Verify the step that could actually hurt you. The robot can help you write, but reality is the part that stops you from getting wrecked. Now, let me roast one more habit that quietly wastes people's lives. Clean procrastination. This is the sneakiest way AI cooks you. You don't use it to solve a problem. You use it to feel like you solved it. You get a clean plan, a clean checklist, a clean explanation. Your anxiety drops, so you think you did something but nothing moved in real life. No decision was committed to. That is why I use a rule that sounds dumb but works. Every chat ends with a handoff step. If your session doesn't end with a send, a schedule, or a decision, you weren't working. You were stalling with better grammar. Send, schedule, decide. That's it. If the output is useful, it should lead to movement. If it doesn't, it's entertainment. And if you use AI for entertainment while calling it productivity, you'll wake up 6 months later with 10,000 plans and nothing built. One last trap AI wallpaper. Writing that sounds good but means nothing. Polite, smooth, empty. Here's the fastest quality test on Earth. If there's no concrete detail, it's floating. If there's no trade-off, it's fluff. If it could be pasted into any book, it's generic. And if you're writing with the robot, don't ask it to write your thought. Ask it to tighten your thought. Give it your messy version. Tell it to keep your meaning. Make it sharper, simpler, more honest. Your voice isn't fancy wording. Your voice is decisions. What you're willing to say. What you're willing to admit. What you're willing to cut. The robot can rearrange language forever. It can't choose your taste for you. So land this with the right mindset. The robot is a power tool, not a judge, not a prophet, not your boss. Use it for structure, for options, for drafts, for finding gaps. Because the world is already full of people who sound confident and are wrong. I just scaled that into a feature. Final rule, one line. You decide. Every time you close the chat, do one real thing outside the screen. Send, schedule,